What's going on, guys? Seth and Chevy here doing a TLG Reacts for the Game Awards nominees. They've been announced. We're going to go through every single category. We're going to talk about what we think of what was picked. Then we're going to talk about what we think is going to win. And more importantly, what we want to win. We're going to be going through all of it. And surprisingly, I've only seen the nominees for Game of the Year, which of course we're going to talk about, and Best Performance. Other than that, I'm going in completely blind. So I'm going to be finding out what the nominees are with you guys. Chevy, are you excited to talk about these nominees, and how you doing?
I mean, it's always a fun time of year.
Yeah, I really enjoy doing the speculation because then we watch it, and then I like to pull up what we guessed to see how accurate we were.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, people treat it all sorts of different ways, but my personal takeaway from this kind of stuff is this is meant to be like entertainment, right?
Yeah. Yeah, people take it pretty serious.
Their opinions are just that. It's theirs. Mm-hmm. So I don't have to agree, type of thing. So, and I have a feeling I'm going to have a hard time because I also saw the Game of the Year nominees, and small spoiler alert, I only played one of those games. So, I saw those today. I saw the nominees for mobile game, and I saw the nominees for why am I drawing a blank right now? Wow, that's great. Content creator was the other one. So, but other than that, yeah, this is going to be mostly blind for me. And I'm looking forward to seeing, out of all these categories, which, was it 12? Contain Expedition 33.
Yeah, Expedition 33 was nominated for 12 different awards, so which is not surprising to me, but I think it is the record now for a single game with the most nominations. So pretty crazy. Also, of course, Sony was the most nominated publisher this year, which no surprise there. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the other two really made too many games last year or so.
Who?
Nintendo and Microsoft.
Oh, I mean, Microsoft doesn't typically get a whole lot of nominations anyway, so
yeah,
they made plenty of games. So, but yeah, doing good.
Doing good.
All right, well, let's jump into this. It's going to be a long sit. So we're going to start with the best esports team. This is typically the least interesting part for both of us. We're not really into this stuff, so we'll be really brief about it. But basically, recognizing a specific esports team, not full organization, judged most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2025. We don't watch this stuff. We don't keep up with it. So the nominees are Gen G, NRG, Team Falcons, Team Liquid, PH, and Team Vitality. It seems like all the same teams that we always hear about. I never remember who wins these things, so let's see. I'm going to say Energy is going to win, and that's why I want to win.
Mobile, we're doing esports on mobile? Okay.
Guess so.
I don't know. League is always huge. So I guess I'm going to say Gen G. I don't know. It's hard because I keep hearing that esports is not doing good. So
good. I don't care about it.
So yeah, that's a tricky one. But yeah, I to my knowledge, I think League's probably doing the best out of these games. But this is way out of my wheelhouse. So
that's the one you think is going to win. Which one do you want?
Oh, I don't care.
Got to pick one.
I think they look like having the most fun in NRG. So we'll just say I want them to win.
Okay. All right. Moving on to the next one, we have Best Esports Athlete. The Esports Athlete judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2025, irrespective of game. Nominees are Brock, Somerhal Aldur, Chovy, Jung Ji Hoon. Let's see, Forsaken, Jason Susanto, Kakeru Watanabe, Menard, Sol Leonardo, and Zaiwu Matu Hebao. Again, let's see. Street Fighter, Valorant, League of Legends, Valorant, Counter-Strike. I think Chovy Jung Ji Hoon is going to win, and I want Forsaken Jason Susanto.
Okay. The think part's hard for me. I know that in the last year, Street Fighter is actually blown up a lot, like in Japan, to the point where like Capcom has kind of put all the resources into their esports in Japan and pulled out of the rest of the world a lot from it. So, which is kind of sad for the rest of the world, but I know it's doing really well over there. Now, this is not a Japanese award show, so I have to take that in consideration. So I'm just gonna throw my guess, I suppose, and my want into Watanabe for Street Fighter. So,
Okay. Moving on to the next one, we have best esports game, a little more interesting, for the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. Nominees are Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, I don't know what that is, and Valorant. I don't know what's fucking popular in esports. So, but it's always the same games too. So apparently they're all doing well. I think Counter-Strike 2 is gonna win, and I want Counter-Strike 2 to win.
I think League's gonna win. I would also say I would want Counter-Strike 2 to win out of those.
Yeah.
So, because if I was gonna watch any of those games, Counter-Strike would probably be the most interesting to watch.
Yeah, I wanted to make a more educated guess on this one when it comes to what I actually think will win, but I'm so like not interested in esports. I have no perception of where they're at right now and what's popular, because I don't even hear people talk about it anymore. So I just see ads for it, and I'm like, okay, well, apparently people are trying to sell this. So, all right, next one we got is Content Creator of the Year for streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the community in 2025. The nominees are Cadril, Kai Cenat, Moist Critical, Sakura Miko, and the Burnt Peanut. Surprisingly, this is the first year ever I know of 3 of these people, so that's weird.
I also know 3 of them,
and I'm not the biggest fan of any of them. But let's see, who do I think is going to win? I kind of think the Burnt Peanut's going to win, because he's like really big right now. I see him all the time.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I've heard people talk about him.
I know they're all super popular because I've heard about Kai Cenat a million times, Moist Critical, whatever. But they're all kind of riding the same wave. But like in a lot of the games I'm playing, honestly, Burnt Peanut comes up all the time. I see people talking about him all the time in comments. So I'm going to say I think he's going to win, and I want him to win, because I don't really care if any of these people win or not. I don't know anything about Sakura Miko. I think you had mentioned that somebody...
She's from Hololive.
Yeah, so... but yeah, without any knowledge of her, I got nothing to say. So I think and want Burnt Peanut.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of had said that he's kind of like up and coming, so I think you probably have a good guess in that. I have not seen him yet, so I have seen a ridiculous amount of Kai Cenat. So I'm gonna say I think he's gonna take it.
Yeah, I really don't want him to win, because like he does his own thing, but then he dips into these big events of where he plays like Elden Ring, and he like dies like 1,000 times, and people watch it because they're already fans of him. But he's just kind of dipping into games that they like. But he mostly does like other content. So
he's a lot like IRL, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he's just kind of dipping into gaming content when it's like a big hype game. So I honestly kind of feel like he doesn't belong here. Moist Critical does a lot of different types of content, mostly just commentary and talking about drama. But he does play games every once in a while. He was kind of important to the finals, surprisingly, because he played it and said he liked it, and that did really good things for the finals. And I'm a huge The Finals fan, so in a way I appreciate him doing that, but he's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. But I have watched quite a lot of Sakura Miko, so I'm going to be a little biased, and I would like her to win. I also thought it was pretty adorable watching her find out that she had gotten this nomination, and then just having no idea about it, and then attempting to read the English very poorly. So I think it would be very humorous to watch her give some sort of thank you speech in English, because it would be without being mean, because it's not her first language, but it would be very butchered. So
Yeah.
it'd be fun though. She's a good sport. So
So you think Kai Cenat and
do.
you want Sakura Miko.
Yep.
All right. Next one up, we got most anticipated game, recognizing an announced game that has demonstrably illustrated potential to push the gaming medium forward. The nominees are 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. What do you think?
I think it's so skewed. I think the most anticipated game is, it's hard to argue against Grand Theft Auto 6. I think that'll be a global event when that releases.
The thing with that is, even if you don't think it is, I think it's almost like impossible for it to not be. Not even if it doesn't win, I still think it's the most anticipated game out of these.
For sure.
Just because of the amount of people who are waiting for Grand Theft Auto is way more than any of these other games. And obviously, The Witcher 4 is going to have a lot of people anticipating it. Resident Evil is going to have a lot of people anticipating it. But First Light does not compare to Grand Theft Auto.
I think
Marvel's Wolverine does not compare to Grand Theft Auto.
I think most gamers, and then even people who aren't gamers, are going to pick up Grand Theft Auto 6.
That's the big X factor for sure.
So I think anticipation's very high for that, for sure.
Yep.
Personally, I would say Marvel's Wolverine. I would like that to win because for me, it's the most interesting title on that list, with a close second being honestly the 007 game. So,
yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you think Grand Theft Auto, you want Marvel?
Yep.
Wolverine.
Which I never thought I'd say in my life.
Yeah, it's weird. I also think Grand Theft Auto, but I have a feeling it's not going to win, but I think it's going to win, but it'd be interesting. I feel like it's so unfair that they'll just pick something else.
Possibly. We're like such a small amount of the vote, so
10% or something like that. And then the rest of it is a committee of game journalists, so mostly, and people in the industry. I saw somebody on Reddit try to warn people. They're like, don't worry if what you want doesn't win because these are their votes and not ours. And I was like, well, you shouldn't worry anyway. Like, even if it was just our votes and you didn't it's
an entertainment medium.
Yeah, it's not the official game of the year. It's just the biggest spotlight of somebody's game of the year. But just like anytime I talk about game of the year, people are always like I'm just like, oh, this is gonna be game of the year. People are like, oh, and they start talking about the Game Awards. I'm like, no, I'm just talking about my game of the year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
Not looking for other people's validation.
Yeah. Like I care because I like seeing the collective idea of it. I like the spotlight it puts on the games and stuff. But I care more about my thoughts on it.
Obviously like fun conversation, but you're also getting like the entertainment value, and like you also get to kind of like see what the pulse is out there when it comes to that.
Yeah, it's fun.
And for someone who generally doesn't have the same game taste as what most of these awards are going to be, I still find this fun, and I never care who wins because it's almost never going to be something I care about in most cases, to be honest. So
I'm like so beyond. It's not even that I don't even mind when people disagree with me. I want people to disagree with me. I enjoy it. So if somebody does say something that I disagree with, like what the game of the year is, it doesn't insult me at all. Yeah. So but I know a lot of people get really personal about it.
For sure.
With all that said, though, I think for sure Grand Theft Auto is going to win this, just because no game here is more anticipated than it, period. What I want, though, would be a mix between The Witcher, Resident Evil, and Grand Theft Auto, because I do like Grand Theft Auto, and I do think Rockstar just makes, like, crazy... I mean, I still look back at Red Dead Redemption 2 and go, like, it's insane that game is that old. So what do I want? Just for fun, just so I'm not picking the same shit. I want Resident Evil Requiem to win.
Okay.
Because I'm really excited for it, but I'm really excited for every game here. But I do think Grand Theft Auto will win, and I do think it deserves it too. So just because it's Rockstar makes gigantic games once a decade now, basically. So
I don't know how you make them any faster than that, to be honest.
It's an event. Well, to make what they make, you got to take your time. So. Mm-hmm. All right. Next one, we got Best Adaptation, recognizing outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment medium. The nominees are a Minecraft movie, never saw it. Devil May Cry, never saw it. Splinter Cell Death Watch, never saw it. The Last of Us Season 2, I don't think I watched that. And Until Dawn, never saw it. What do you think?
I also didn't see any of these.
It's actually kind of amazing. I haven't seen any of this.
I've only heard about 3 of them. So I'm going to kick Splinter Cell and Until Dawn out of that because I didn't even know those existed.
I flat out will not give anything to Splinter Cell because Ubisoft refuses to make Splinter Cell games, but they keep fucking putting Sam Fisher and everything.
Ubisoft refuses a lot of things.
Yeah. And they make a lot of excuses.
This is where I get like conflicted because I know a metric fuck ton of people watch the Minecraft movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But do I think it's a good adaptation? Probably not.
You haven't seen it, though.
Sure. But I assume it's just a movie with Minecraft motifs in it.
Yep.
I did hear a lot of good things about Devil May Cry. And I did hear a lot of things about at least season 1 of Last of Us. I actually didn't hear anyone talk about season 2.
No, Last of Us season 2 got memed into oblivion. The most I know about season 2 is I'm gonna be a dad.
Gotcha.
Because there's a part where Bella Ramsey goes, "I'm gonna be a dad," and that was just memed like hell with her face plastered on all sorts of different characters going, "I'm gonna be a dad," and that's what that season's known for.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for taking creative liberties with a beloved thing.
True. Well, I guess that's going to push me towards Devil May Cry for both my answers then.
Okay. Yeah, Until Dawn got like pretty mediocre reviews. Some people said it was kind of fun. Other people said it was terrible. Last of Us was a meme. Splinter Cell, I didn't hear a whole lot about. I did hear people say they liked it, but I'm going to reject that just because I don't like what Ubisoft has been doing for the last like 6 years. Okay. Devil May Cry heard good things about. I heard nothing but great things about the Minecraft movie. It was a huge deal. There was people going nuts in movie theaters over it about the zombie chicken thing, where the hell it was. Baby zombie, I don't remember what the fuck it was. So I think Minecraft movie is going to win. And out of these, I want it to win because I don't really give a fuck about any of these. So even though, let us know in the comments about the Splinter Cell thing and the Devil May Cry thing. Are those worth watching? Otherwise, everything else I have a pretty firm opinion on.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the next one. We have Best Multiplayer for Outstanding Online Multiplayer Gameplay and Design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. The nominees, surprisingly, are Arc Raiders, because that game just came out, and typically
That's pretty wild.
A lot of people are really upset that Arc Raiders wasn't nominated for Game of the Year, which it never was going to get nominated for Game of the Year, but
for sure.
But it didn't get nominated more places, and I'm like, it's crazy it got nominated at all, because typically when shit gets released this late, they don't get nominated. Yeah. So they made a special consideration for a game that came out 2 weeks ago to be in Best Multiplayer. So take what you can get. But anyway,
I mean, I get people are honeymooning it right now, but
for sure,
like, be realistic.
It's just like, how have you not looked back at at what happened at prior Game Awards and not seen that later games don't typically
you're asking too much,
get thrown in? So, but anyway, Arc Raiders is one of the nominees. Next one is Battlefield 6, also released pretty late in the year.
Yeah.
Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction.
This is kind of a rough one.
This is pretty interesting. So this is the best multiplayer game in design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre and platform. I'm just going to say this. Well, that's kind of tough because I really loved Split Fiction. And Arc Raiders is great. So, and Peak's fucking cool. I haven't played Elden Ring Night Rain, but of course I want the best for it.
Stupid amounts of people streaming Peak. So
I played a little bit by myself, but I wanted to play with people. I never got around to doing it. Battlefield 6, I don't think it belongs here with these games. Battlefield 6 is fine, but it's not special. Also, I love Elden Ring, and I haven't played Night Rain, but it looks cool. I also don't feel like it belongs here. But like Peak made a big splash in the indie scene, and it's, friend slop or whatever, but like a lot of people love it. From what I played of it a little bit, there's a lot of charm there. Split Fiction's like awesome. Do yourself a favor, find a friend, play it. It's
find a friend.
A lot of people, they don't have them, so it's like it's a fantastic game. You got to play with somebody, and Arc Raiders is fucking awesome. there's a lot of confusion in that community on what PvPvE means, but it's a great game, and there's a lot of people really into it right now. So I'm going to say I think Split Fiction's going to win, and I want Arc Raiders to win.
Okay.
I don't feel confident in that, though, because I think most of these games are great.
Yeah, I can't really have a confident think here, but I definitely have a pretty confident want. So
I just know Split Fiction didn't get a nominee, surprisingly, for Game of the Year. So I feel like it's got to win something. So, because Hazelight is like a little darling of the Game Awards. So I think it's going to win. But Arc Raiders has a huge potential, and I would like to win because I'm a fucking Embark. I'm an Embark fanboy. I love everything that they do. I love the finals. So, yeah, I would love Embark to win anything. So,
yeah.
Yeah, what are your picks?
So I want Split Fiction to win because that game was phenomenal. Like Seth said, do yourself a favor and get a friend, and then also play Split Fiction.
Find a friend or take a friend. Find somebody who looks like they're willing to play a game and just snatch them.
Yeah, it is a great game. I think Peak's gonna win.
Okay,
I've just seen it so much; it's crazy.
Yeah.
So
I think Arc Raiders is too fresh to be confident that it's going to win. I think it has the potential to win.
I think it also.
But we're only 2 weeks into it
because I've also seen a lot of that game.
Yeah,
a lot of that game.
People are saying it's their favorite game they've ever played in their life. People who don't play PvP games.
I am happy for people who enjoy first person shooters.
Happy for people too,
because it's been kind of a dry category for a little while. So
with Battlefield 6 and with what kind of shooters?
First-person shooters in general.
Well, it's a third-person shooter, but
okay, yeah,
the right point. It is interesting that it's kind of eclipsed Battlefield 6 in terms of like people talking about it, and no one gives a shit about the new Call of Duty. In fact, people are saying it's like the worst campaign they've ever done.
I feel like Activision has only been digging a hole though. So
all of there's no big three anymore, but like all of the major companies are all just in a hole, and I'm completely fine with it. So because they did it to themselves. Okay, so you think Peak will win? You want Split Fiction?
Yes.
Okay, and then I think Split Fiction will win, and I want Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
All right, that was a more interesting topic. Next one up is Best Sports/Racing for the best traditional, non-traditional sports and racing game. The nominees are EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, which I made a funny TikTok about Mario Kart World winning Game of the Year, but it didn't get nominated for that. Rematch, which I've never heard of, and Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I want Sonic Racing Crossworlds to win because the game is a lot of fun, more fun than it deserves to be. I think Mario Kart World's going to win because Nintendo's got to get something.
I am in complete agreement with you.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well, I made that fucking easy.
Yeah.
And Rematch, what is that, guys? Like, let me know in the comments. I've never even heard of it.
Well, looks like a soccer game. So
yeah, but it's got like weird lights and stuff, so it might be like a goofy arcadey one, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I found out that there is a JRPG where you play soccer/football, and that blew my mind. I kind of want to play it. All right, so next one we got is Best Sim/Strategy, best game focused on real-time or turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. Nominees are Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. I said that weird. Jurassic World Evolution 3, which I forgot came out. Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
Which I forgot came out.
Same. Tempest Rising, which I don't know what that is. The Altars, which I heard fantastic things about, and 2 Point Museum, which I didn't know. Isn't that already a game? Isn't there a game called that already?
I mean, the studio's called 2 Point Studios.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you think?
Super biased. It's going to be really hard for me to go away from it. I think and want Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles to win. If you have not played Final Fantasy Tactics, this is like the best time to get into it. It's a great game. So
yeah, I think the Altars will win. Only because it's kind of one of those sleeper games that people kept telling me all throughout the year, like, you need to play this. Like, this is like, it's like this like game that's fantastic that people just absolutely love, but not enough people are playing it. So I feel like a lot of people maybe in the industry will know of it and probably
So
have the
I
same.
have no idea what it is.
Probably
so.
have the same feeling about that as people who are telling me I have to play it. I have to play it.
Yeah.
But I do want Final Fantasy Tactics to win. I think it's a really good, from what I've played, remake, which is fantastic. So I would love for it to win. The other games don't really care too much about. A lot of these I heard about and then didn't hear about. So I do think it'd be between those two. And the Altars, I think a lot of people probably haven't heard of, but the people I know who have played it just like swear by it. So I'm just kind of assuming people in the industry have played and heard of it. So
For sure.
but yeah. Next one up, we got Best Family for the best family in gaming. Best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. The nominees are Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I've heard nothing but fantastic shit about.
Yeah, same.
Lego Party, which I'm not sure what that is. Lego Voyagers, which I didn't realize came out.
I think Lego Party is like Mario Party.
Yeah,
I think
which
so.
makes me kind of want to play it. And then Lego Voyagers, I think I remember we watched a video on that, and I kind of wanted to play that too. I didn't know it came out. Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, Cross Worlds, and Split Fiction. I think Donkey Kong will win. I want Split Fiction to win.
This one's brutal.
And the reason I think Donkey Kong will win is because people were saying when that game came out, Game of the Year, Game of the Year, Game of the Year.
I have
people
only
going
heard
fucking nuts about that game.
really positive things.
Yeah,
about
they're
that
talking about it like it's like the best thing ever. And honestly, I thought it looked pretty cool.
Well, and I think it's good because that's a Switch 2 game, right?
Yep.
I think they probably have a Switch version, but
Yeah.
that's kind of like their showcase title for the Switch 2. So I would hope it was really good. Nintendo's pretty good about that, anyways. So, so I also think Donkey Kong Bonanza because I've literally only heard good things about it. My want, only because it's the only one I've played, is Split Fiction. Though I keep like not even talking about Sonic Racing. That is kind of like an honorable mention constantly for me because like it looks really good. I should try it, and I've kind of heard people prefer it so over its competitor.
It got a higher rating than Mario Kart World.
Yeah, so that's kind of crazy to me.
Yep.
I should just try it. So
Yeah. To narrow this down though, to make the case a little further, I don't think Lego Party will win, and I'm sure it probably is cool. I don't know. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
And Lego Voyagers, didn't even know it was out.
yeah,
Mario Kart World, I don't think is going to win just because it didn't get a lot of talk, but I know Donkey Kong did. And then Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, I don't think is going to win, even though I think it's I've played it. I think it's cool. I've heard good things about it. But next to Split Fiction, Donkey Kong, I don't think it's going to win. So I do think it's either going to be Donkey Kong or Split Fiction, but I have to pick one, and I think it's Donkey Kong. I want Split Fiction. Side note, I don't think Split Fiction should be here because
I agree.
Even though it's a co-op game, you could play with your family if you wanted to. It's like a one-on-one kind of situation, and the subject matter for some of the characters in it
not very kid friendly.
is kind of adult,
Yeah,
dealing with like death and stuff. So you could play with your kid. I mean, my mom let us play Mortal Kombat with people punching heads off and stuff when we were
That's
kids.
true.
So every parent's gonna do different things. But I think it's kind of weird that Split Fiction's here.
it is a weird spot for it.
But if Hazelight can win, I'm all for it. So
Yeah, they're about the only thing making positive fucking waves for EA. So
yeah, no qualms, dude. Like that's EA. Fucking good job, EA. All right, next up we got Best Fighting for the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat. Oh, that's good verbiage for that because there's a lot of games that can fit that. We got nominees 2XKO. What's that?
Riot Games.
Yeah, but like I
think it's the League of Legends fighting game.
it's out. People are playing it. I haven't heard shit about it.
Must be if it's on here. I haven't heard about it either. So
Okay. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. We got a whole collection as the best fighting game. That's interesting. Fatal Fury City of... This is a dry year for fighting games. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, another collection.
Mm-hmm.
And Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. This is kind of the worst year for fighting games I've seen for the Game Awards. Not saying these games are bad. They're all great, in my opinion.
I think I've actually heard really good things about.
But you got two collections, which aren't an individual game.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of weird in that regard.
Like the package is going to win best fighting game.
I think the only negative I've even heard about on this whole list was Mortal Kombat. So
That Legacy Collection?
Yeah.
People are saying bad stuff about it?
yeah, I don't even remember exactly what I heard. I'm not a big Mortal Kombat guy, so I didn't really pay a lot of attention to it. But other than that, I think the rest of them were pretty positively received. So, I mean, they're on this list.
And I'm confused about Virtua Fighter 5, because what is that? Because there's an upcoming Virtua Fighter game by Ryuga Gotoku. Is it out?
Must be.
When did it come out?
I don't know. But it's on here.
I gotta look into that. Seems weird to me. I thought Virtua Fighter 5 was already out. I gotta catch up. I have no idea what the hell's happening here. I don't feel strongly about any of these. So
I do.
I think the Riot Games game is gonna win.
Okay.
And I want Virtua Fighter to win.
All right.
Thoughts?
I'm gonna agree with. I think the Right Games one is gonna win because
Okay.
it's fresh, right?
So fresh. I haven't heard about it.
But I want Capcom Fighting Collection 2 to win
Uh-huh.
because it has Capcom vs SNK 2, and I love.
Doesn't
that
it
game.
also have Power Stone?
Yes.
Shit. Okay, I want that to win. Okay, so we're just in agreement then.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to pick that up.
I do too.
I'm not like trying to sound like overly negative about them putting collections here. It's just like the first year I've seen a fighting game collection be put twice on as a nominee for best fighting
Also
game.
feels a little unfair because there's a ton of games, right?
Yeah, and so like somebody could just love one game out of that collection and vote for it.
I love one game in
Yeah,
that collection.
so it seems kind of fucking weird to me. But again, like and I don't mean this to sound negative either. It just seems like a dry year in fighting. Like there wasn't any big fighting games that came out really. So
well, a lot of the big ones are just basically in service game mode right now.
ongoing, yeah. All right, well, that was weird. Moving on. Best RPG for the best game designed with rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. That's interesting. That's on there.
Is that a Worlds 2 out?
Yeah.
Okay.
It came out like maybe a month ago.
Okay.
Josh has been playing it. Nominees are Avowed, Clear Obscure Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2. Best RPG. This is tough because I don't think Outer Worlds will win. I know Avowed will not win. Avowed had a lot of people mixed on when it came out. Some people liked it. A lot of people thought it was disappointing. Monster Hunter Wilds, I don't think is going to win.
I also kind of have a hard time considering that a role-playing game.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. It's an action game. It's an action co-op game.
Yeah. You technically level, I guess, but it's literally just like a number going
Yeah,
up.
you level just like you level in Call of Duty. I mean,
Yeah,
Call of Duty's not a
exactly.
fucking RPG. Yeah. I just know somebody's gonna try and counter that, and it's just like I don't even want to go down that like route because it's like
Yeah, I think at best it's barely an RPG.
it's got RPG elements,
yeah.
just like every game on the planet does nowadays. So yeah, I think this is going to be between Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Outer Worlds has a slight chance maybe, but I just don't think so. So best RPG, I do think Clear Obscure Expedition 33 is probably going to win it. Just because more people have talked about it than Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but I think there is a chance Kingdom Come could win because they should win something. That game is really good. But I also want Clear Obscure Expedition 33 to win out of these. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
This is so weird for me because like I'm a big RPG fan, and I'm gonna make people mad. It's a dry collection of games for me.
Well, a lot of these aren't your kind of RPG.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I also think Clair Obscur is going to get it. And I don't, just to kind of throw this out there, even though I don't personally enjoy the game, it is a very well-made quality game. I understand.
I think it's also
completely.
Before anybody says anything, Chevy hasn't beaten the game, and I have. So, and I'm not saying that to discredit it. I'm saying it before someone thinks like you played it through it and just didn't like it or whatever. Like you've tried it, you didn't get into it.
The combat is not fun for
Yeah,
me. I do
yeah,
not
which is
enjoy
completely
it,
fair.
So,
I just want to add that context before somebody who's like a mega fan goes like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I hate playing it. So
Yeah.
but I do think it's gonna win. And out of this collection of games, and what I consider a role playing game, I also want it to win.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Because I was going to say, Monster Hunter you like, but it's weird that it's here.
I would not have put it in this category. So.
Yeah. All right. Good luck. Clear Obscure. I don't think you're going to need it.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to need it either. I have a feeling it's going to be almost a predictable Game Award show.
Yeah. Best action and adventure for the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. The nominees are Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight, Silk Song. Do not sleep on this one because people think the thing's going to win everything.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, and Split Fiction. I'm going to start this off because it just helps me out mentally. I don't think Ghost of Yotei will win. And we are actually playing it this month as our game of the month. We will be reviewing it at the end of the month, so I can't talk too much on my thoughts on it. But it is a lot like the first game. And there's some really big hype games here that I don't think it got that same reception. So I don't think it's going to win. I also sadly don't think Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is going to win unless people in the committee think Xbox needs a win and they give it to him for that. But it's a high quality, great game. Troy Baker does a fantastic job in it. But next to Hollow Knight, Death Stranding, and Split Fiction, I don't think it's going to win. That being said, I don't think Split Fiction will win either because Hollow Knight and Death Stranding. So I think Hollow Knight, Silk Song is going to win, and I want Death Stranding 2 to win. And the reason I think Hollow Knight's going to win is because I am baffled and confused. I haven't played it. I'm baffled and confused by how much hype this game has had for years, how much celebration it got for when it came out, and how much people instantly said it's the game of the year as soon as it released. So I know a lot of people love the game.
Yeah. And I'm going to add on to that, just since we're on the topic. To my knowledge, it's a Metroidvania game. Mm-hmm. So without, I guess, spoiling it, if that's important for this game, why?
People say the story's fantastic. I didn't know it really had one.
Yeah, because I'm generally curious. I've not played the first one. I've not played this one. Like, I'm just completely in the dark on it. Tell me why that game is great.
Genuine question.
Yeah, I'm very curious at this point.
That's not like tell me why it's great. It doesn't look good to me.
No, I don't know. So educate me.
Yeah.
I have not, unfortunately, touched Ghost of Yotei yet. So I can't.
Better get on it. We got to review at the end of this month.
Running out of time. Yes. So I can't really even consider it. And I do agree with you. I don't think Indiana Jones or Split Fiction have a chance in this category.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be Hollow Knight because I literally have heard so many people praise that game. Yeah. But I also, because I have beaten Death Stranding 2, would like it to be Death Stranding 2.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, we agree on that. I feel pretty confident in that. All right. Moving on. We got Best Action Game for the best game in the action genre focused primarily on combat.
This is going to be rough for me.
What the fuck is Battlefield 6 here?
It's an action game, dude.
Okay. Nominees.
You know what could have went here? Monster Hunter.
Yeah. It
just throwing that out there.
It should replace Battlefield 6 1000%. And I will not hear arguments against that. Okay, so nominees are Battlefield 6, Doom, The Dark Ages, forgot it came out. Hades 2, another huge hype game. Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance, which actually I heard really good things about, and I also heard really good things about Ninja Gaiden 4. I heard pretty good things about Doom, The Dark Ages, mixed things. I had a bunch of people on TikTok tell me I had to play it, and I had a bunch of people saying the game was a letdown. So, but I know they changed the gameplay formula from the last game, and the last game was different than the game before that. So with a game series where they keep changing how the game plays, you're going to have people go, I like the last one more. So it's completely fair, I think. So yeah, best action game, primarily focused on combat. And if you're going to be that general and vague about what action is, I guess you could put Battlefield 6 there. But I don't think Battlefield 6 belongs here, and I don't think it'll win this category. We'll see. I also don't think Doom: The Dark Ages will win, just because it didn't have the same kind of hype as some of these games.
I also think that barely belongs here.
Yeah. It does have like melee combat in
Sure,
though.
but
And
it's just a shooter. Man.
Yeah, but it also doesn't just need to be melee combat. But yeah, I agree. I also feel like it doesn't belong here, but not as much as Battlefield 6. Like, that just seems
agree
weird
with
to me.
that.
But I do think the other three belong here for
Definitely.
sure. And I think Hades 2 is, I think it's nominated for Game of the Year. So
interesting.
that's a big indicator on who I think will win. I think Hades 2 will win for sure. In fact, yeah, I don't think any game here could rival it, but we'll see. But I would like Ninja Gaiden 4 to win. I think it'd be fun because I'm glad the series came back. I know people say the story sucks, but the rest of the game's awesome. And so for that, I would love to see Platinum and Team Ninja get some recognition. But I do 1,000% think Hades 2 will win.
Yeah. I think we're a little bit of a hive mind today.
Well, there's just like certain games this year that were like so big, and the rest of them that weren't as big, and so it's like
Yeah.
we think general people are gonna pick.
Yeah. So I do agree. I think Hades 2 will win just because I know that was another darling for people.
Yep.
I would also like to see Ninja Gaiden get it because I think Platinum games, when they hit, they hit.
Oh, yeah.
But Team Ninja basically always hits, in my opinion. So
Did you see the guy who made the Nier series say that people keep asking him where his next game's at, and he's like, we've started like 4 different projects,
And they've been turned
and
down.
they've all been turned down or canceled. And he's like, I can't be upset though because they paid me.
Right.
Well, yeah,
that's always his mentality.
but for fans, it sucks to hear that.
Yeah, but at
I'm
lea-
glad he did get paid.
I'm also glad he said something because, like, I do know a lot of people. Like, Nier is a beloved game.
Oh yeah.
And so, like,
That's like a Witcher 3 level game near Automata.
well, it's funny because it was like such a slow build up because the people played it and they're like, "Oh, I love this game,"
Yeah.
and then they told their
It's like
friends, they told
beloved.
their friends, they
Yeah.
told their friends.
It's
I mean,
like-
Witcher kind of did the same over time, though.
It's like Bloodborne. Like it's
Yeah.
just one of those games that it's got a dedicated following.
So yeah, everyone wants another game, and
Yep.
then he made a mobile game, and Square can't do mobile games to save their
Ye-
life. So
The games he's made are so good that you don't even have to tell me what it is. Just like his game's gonna release on this date, and I'm just gonna go buy it.
yeah, dude's got a crazy mind.
Yep.
So we're a little off topic there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Platinum Games obviously was the tie-in there because of Nier.
It's fine. You can talk about whatever you want. People are thirsty for a tasty cast. So I had somebody on TikTok on one of our clips go like, "You guys should do a podcast." I'm like, funny enough, we do, but
Oh, we did.
but not in the last couple months.
Yeah, it's been a year. But yeah, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden.
So you think Hades 2, you want Ninja Gaiden? Okay, we
Yeah,
are
I also
in,
just need to play Ninja Gaiden. So
in agreement.
whenever I have time.
All right, next up, we got Best VR AR for the best game experience playable in virtual and augmented reality, respective platform. The nominees are Alien, Rogue Incursion, Ark and Age, Ghost Town. I don't know any of these games. Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk. Oh yeah, that game looked kind of cool. The Midnight Walk.
Out of the loop right now.
I think Marvel's gonna win. Marvel Deadpool, just because it's Marvel, is gonna win. I don't know. I haven't played any of these games. I haven't heard anything about any of these games, so I'm shooting in the dark here. I'm blindfolded. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. But I think that'll win because it's Marvel, and so that has a little sway power to it. I want Alien because I love Alien, but I haven't heard anything about these games. So
All the same disclaimers. Same. The thinking one. I think Marvel will win.
Yeah.
I love the artwork on the Midnight Walk, so I'm going to say I want that one.
yeah, I remember seeing that and thinking it looked really cool.
Little dude's adorable. So
I don't stay up on VR stuff, which sucks because I have a VR headset. I just don't.
Same.
I don't play enough VR games, but I really should because I feel like I miss out every year on all the games that come out. But also, like VR is such a niche that like you have to be in that community to hear about those games. You don't hear about them like in just the gaming communities.
yeah. Well, it's a tough one because like there's so many variables to access, and like not everyone can handle being in a VR headset, and space is another thing. If you don't have space, you're not going to play a VR game. So
True. All right. Next up, best mobile game. For the best game playable on a mobile device, the nominees are Destiny Rising, Persona 5, The Phantom X. I don't know what that is. Sonic Rumble, Umamusume,
Masume.
Pretty Derby, and Wuthering Waves.
Wuthering.
I don't know anything about any of this, so I think Wuthering Waves will win. Wait, is the Derby game the Horse Girl game?
Yeah.
I think that's one of those two is gonna win.
I agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, because that out of all these, I heard about the horse game the most, but I see the advertisements for Wuthering Waves the most. So I'll say the Derby game is gonna win, and then I want Wuthering Waves to win, I guess.
Interesting. It's a coin flip for me because
Yeah.
I've seen the financial reports for both games.
Okay.
I play mobile games, so I kind of keep track of some of this stuff. I play Uma Musume every day, so I am biased. I want that to win.
Okay.
I think it has a good chance to win. I do think the Wuthering Waves fans are, for better or worse, aggressively fans of their game. So I think Wuthering's going to win.
Okay. So the opposite of what I said?
Yes.
I'm actually switching. I'm going to go with what I was originally going to say in that, just because you re-solidified what I was thinking. So I just don't play this game, so I don't know.
Yeah, Wuthering is basically like a Genshin competitor. They're very similar
Well, sure.
styles of games.
I can tell just by
Yeah.
the name and the advertisements I see.
It has quality of life stuff that, because it's a newer game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think
I
that'll
don't want
win.
to have any other opinions because I know I don't want to upset people. So.
Yeah. I think that's going to win. I want the Horse Girl game to win because I hear about that. That's the one I heard the most about. So
If you ever played, this is just in case you're wondering what Uma Musume is. If you ever played Monster Rancher on the PlayStation, same thing. But instead of raising monsters, you're raising horse girls, and instead of fighting, you're racing. Otherwise, same game.
yeah.
So.
All right. Next up, we got Best Debut Indie Game. Did they fix this? Oh, he just probably got rejected. Okay.
Yeah.
Best Debut Indie Game for the Best Debut Game created by a new independent studio. The nominees are Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Despelote, Dispatch, and Megabonk. An interesting thing, in case you guys didn't see, is the guy who made Megabonk actually said he wants to withdraw from this because he has made other games. He's not a debut indie developer. He's just made games under different names. This one just took off. So even though he is here still, I don't know if they're going to update this and take him off. They probably won't. I think
Keeley said today they're removing it.
they're gonna?
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool that they're even gonna be responsive to that. But big props and shout out to that dude because Megabonk is a lot of fun. It definitely got a lot of praise. But I'm glad he saw something. He did what EA should do with Battlefield 6 and step out of the category they don't belong in.
Well, there's a difference there. One is a person who has self-worth and respect.
Mm-hmm.
The other is an empty void of a corporation.
Sure.
So
No shit talk towards Battlefield Studios and Battlefield 6.
or anyone who worked on it.
I'm just saying. I was making a joke mostly. So yeah, I won't be putting any of my votes on that game then, since it's being polled. This was a little tough because, not really, but it's a little tough because Blueprints, surprisingly to me, got a lot of praise. So much so that I played it because I had all these people on TikTok tell me I had to play it, and I thought it was neat. But people were saying, and still are saying, it's Game of the Year.
I don't even know what it is.
It's a roguelike puzzle game where you're like, I forgot what it's called, but like your uncle or something like that passed away and he's passing his house down to you or something like that, and you're exploring it, and so you walk in a door and you pick a doorway to go into, and when you open that door, it randomly generates a room or something like that, I think, and then you get rooms you place down, and then you have to go through the building, and as you go through you keep getting more blueprints, not blueprints but blueprints, and you start creating the house and you're trying to get further and further into it. Disregard the random generate thing. I didn't.
So
that's
it's that
not
board
fucking
game you have?
kind of, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty neat, honestly. I'm not really into games like that, but I thought it was pretty neat. But people fucking love that game.
Yeah.
And then Dispatch has a small but very vocal community of people who absolutely love
Who
it.
love dudes pissing next to each other?
I guess so. But it's got like people I don't care about. Voice acting in it, like Moist Critical, Alana Pierce, or whatever. And then he's got the guy from fucking Breaking Bad in it, who apparently does a really good job in it. But Aaron Paul.
Is that...
It's like a Telltale game.
Sure. Is the studio owned by a content creator?
Probably. It's got a bunch of content creators in it.
Because I think Charlie has a... Or at least is invested in... Anyways, I'm thinking out loud at this point. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't know anything about the game. So.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, though, because I was like, why would you have him voice act? But if he has something to do with the studio, it makes sense. And then Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is one of the most talked about games of the year. So what do I think will win? Best debut indie game. I honestly think what deserves it is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, only because it is a debut indie game and it's got the most hype out of all these games. I kind of don't want it to win because I feel like it takes away from some people, but at the same time, it is technically a debut indie game, so I'm kind of conflicted. And I wonder, I'm trying to think inside the head of the committee if they are just going to go most talked about game, we're going to go with Clair Obscur, or are they going to go a little more obscure and pick Blueprints or Dispatch. I don't think the other two games will win. Well, of course, Megabonk won't win. And the other one I've never heard of. I'm sure it's great. I don't know. Let me know. But it's not going to win this. So I think either Blueprints or Clair Obscur is going to win. I'm going to go safe route. I think Clair Obscur is going to win. And out of these, I want it to win. Because I don't care about the other ones except for Blueprints. I thought it was pretty neat. So... And I've heard Dispatch is cool. I should check it out. But yeah, Clair Obscur for both my votes.
Yeah. I don't know any of these except for Clair Obscur, so I think I want that one.
All right, that made that simple. Let me know about that Despelote game, though. Is that something I should be checking out? Because I haven't heard anything about it. Next up, we got Best Independent Game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside a traditional publisher system. Clair Obscur is here. Nominees, I was like, oh, they didn't add that to this one, huh?
Hey, I played 2 of these.
I've actually played, 3. Nominees are Absolem, don't know what that is. Ball Pit, played that. Blueprints, played that. Clair Obscur Expedition 33, played that. Hades 2, haven't played it. And Hollow Knight Silk Song, which I haven't played as well. Clair Obscur or Hollow Knight's going to win this. I don't think Absolem is going to win. Ball Pit's awesome. I don't think it's going to win. Blueprints is also really cool. Don't think that's going to win. Hades 2, I don't think will win as well. So it's so easy for me to just like put all my chips on Clair Obscur just because of how hyped it is. But I have a hard time believing it's going to win all 12 of what it's nominated for. So
It'll get 11.
Yeah, I honestly just moving forward think it's gonna win everything it's nominated for, but I know it's not gonna because there's no way it's gonna win 12 fucking awards. So I'm gonna branch out and say I think Hollow Knight will win because Hollow Knight's got to win something. But I want Clair Obscur to win. That might be fucking me if I'm incorrect about this, but I just they can't. They're not going to let it win everything.
Yeah. I'm kind of lukewarm on this, so I'm just going to have to say I have played Ball Pit. It's fun, but yeah, it's like
I don't think it's going to win.
It's fine, right? Clair Obscur Expedition 33, I think, and want out of this list. So,
all right. Next up, we got Best Community Support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. The nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, still trucking along, Final Fantasy 14,
updates, so.
Yeah, which is crazy. Every time they say, well, we're done, and then they just keep doing
done.
it.
Wait, I have an idea.
Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I just want to throw out there right now, this is a very respectable lineup of games. That I kind of would like all of them to win, honestly. I mean, like Fortnite, I don't have an attachment to, but I still respect what they do with Fortnite.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment.
But Final Fantasy 14, great game. Baldur's Gate 3, game of the year of its year. Great game. Helldivers 2 is awesome. No Man's Sky is the game that just made up for all of its failures years ago and just keeps going.
It's literally one of those instances where you see a person and you're like, please let me give you money.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, stop doing
You
me
said
favors.
Sorry. We were okay with it.
Yeah.
And now you keep bringing me presents.
Now it's
Stop
more
it.
like, do you feel bad for giving a shit when this game came out yet? Like it's like a power trip. Like we're gonna keep giving you stuff. You should never say anything negative.
I'm also going to throw it out there, and this might sway your opinion a little bit, but this was not a strong year for Final Fantasy 14. So.
Yeah, I mean I haven't heard much about it. So, okay, so I think Fortnite might win. Because I don't see why Baldur's Gate 3 would win. It's gotten support, but I don't think enough to win this year. Final Fantasy 14's barely been talked about. Helldivers 2, I don't even hear about anymore. Except
I
for,
do every once in a while, mostly on TikTok. Though.
Except for people saying they don't play it anymore.
Oh yeah, I don't get those people.
So, well, at least a lot of people who are playing Arc Raiders are like, oh yeah, I don't play Helldivers 2 anymore. It got bad, so I play Arc Raiders now. I'm like, they're not the same kind of game. So
they let them Xbox people in.
Yeah, maybe. Although that is huge.
Yes, it is
for that game. So that's kind of cool. Well, shit, that's a big thing to support the game.
I'll say for some reason I got info on this category.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say I want No Man's Sky to win. Just because how could you not? Like every like month there's a new there's a big update coming. I'm like, stop. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, even if their next game sucks, I feel almost obligated to buy it.
I'm buying the next game for sure, and it looks awesome.
It does look awesome. I'm just
yeah.
saying, like, even if it turns out bad, I kind of don't think I'm gonna care.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna toss up between I think Fortnite or Helldivers 2, but I'm just gonna go with Fortnite because I'm gonna play it safe.
Okay. Man, so this one is kind of hard because I do think all 5 of them are worth being here, so that's nice to say.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I want any of them to win.
I do think that for the most part, this has probably been a good year for No Man's Sky and Baldur's Gate 3. And the only reason I even add Baldur's Gate 3 is because it's still getting content when it should be a finished game. So
yeah, I feel like there's small little bumps of content.
I agree with that as well.
But still awesome.
So I'm just gonna say I think and want No Man's Sky out of this for this year in this category. So because they have released a couple pretty large updates this year.
They need to do like what they just did with Tom Cruise and give him like this honorary Oscar or whatever the hell. He's never won an Oscar from a performance, but he's been acting for so long they just gave him one. They need to do the same thing to No Man's Sky. Like here's the honorary like decade of achievement for community support award.
Can I just throw out there, every time he gets nominated for something, he still is like, first thing he's like, holy crap, I love you guys, thank you so much, all the time.
Who?
Sean, I think.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
like
he just
seems like a good dude.
Experiencing life. Yeah, I've always thought he was a cool guy.
So
he really messed up the perception of him when he agreed to that person saying the game would have multiplayer, which it does now, so that's all over. But
I mean, lessons learned at this point.
They're like, he's a liar. I'm like, I think he was just kind of like nervous and answering, like, yeah. But yeah, he seems like a legit dude.
I don't think he should have been the spokesperson, but
yeah,
now he
not.
is. So,
yeah, but small team. So
sure.
So yeah, you think and want No Man's Sky. Yep. I think Fortnite, and that's like so just like throw a fucking dart and see where it lands.
I mean, I kind of am too. But out of the 5, I've probably heard the most about No Man's Sky this year.
But I would love No Man's Sky to win. Also, worth noting, I think this is the first time you haven't selected Final Fantasy 14.
It's also the first time in a long time I've taken a multi-month break from the game.
Yeah, so that's interesting to note. All right, moving on to the next one. We got Best Ongoing awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Let me go over that again. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. So this is the content being put into the game, not the support of the game. So nominees are Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. I want No Man's Sky. I think... Are people playing Marvel Rivals still?
I think it had a pretty large drop off, but
yeah,
I don't know what
Splash.
that means. So,
Yeah.
because I don't know the numbers, right? I don't pay a lot of attention to it. I just, like all games, everyone started playing it, and then the community stayed behind.
Yeah.
So,
Well, for that specific definition, I think No Man's Sky should win, but I'm skeptical that it's gonna for some reason. I don't know why.
I also agree with you on the definition aspect. I think it is literally the one to win here.
It is, yeah. Like nobody's done as much as them.
Yeah. I think Marvel's a close second in that, though.
Well, the reason I was thinking like it is going to win, not that I want to win, is because it's Marvel, and when it did come out, people were like really were into it, and I know people reluctantly play it.
Also,
like even the people who complain about it still play it.
It has regular updates and stuff
Yeah.
too, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
and-
Final Fantasy does as well, but they're not as often, right? It's like every like 4 or 5 months or so.
Yeah.
Versus like I think Marvel gets updates like I'm very ignorant on this, but like a monthly maybe.
Well, they seem interesting. Like we have a couple people in the Discord who talk about the updates, and I'm always kind of surprised on what they're actually doing with the game. So they're not.
So I know 3 people actively playing that game right now. So.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like you don't hear a lot of people talking about it like hype wise anymore, but people are still just playing it like it's just become part of their rotation of games. So it has staying power.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think 14 will win. I don't think Fortnite will win. I don't think Helldivers 2 will win. So I want No Man's Sky. I think Marvel Rivals. I feel like it's gonna win something because it came out. People really liked it, but
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't feel confident on that though.
Yeah, so like my gut wants me to double up on No Man's Sky again, but
Yeah.
I think just for the sake of mixing it up, I am gonna say I think Marvel Rivals, but I do want No Man's Sky.
So you are on the same page as me.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be wrong on that, though. I would love... I'm picking... I want No Man's Sky, but I would love if it wins and be wrong about the knowing it's going to win just because, like, the game deserves, like, an award for what they've done with that game. Like, if there's an award for, like, biggest turnaround in gaming, like...
I mean, that in 14, I would say. Because like
yeah,
14 was a
but
failed
that
game.
but that happened a long time ago, and just kind of like
so did No Man's Sky, technically.
I know, but like it just keeps going. Like I don't
Yeah.
think 14 is like changing constantly what it is. It just went from not good to good.
Sure.
No Man's Sky went from like almost a failure, not financially, but perspective wise, a failure to it's better now. Oh, it's getting better. Oh, whoa, that's actually kind of crazy. I didn't think they'd do that. To what is this game now? What you just added? What like? It's just evolving into something constantly,
Right,
and
right.
it's just crazy. So, but yeah, so we agree on that.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one.
That seems to be pretty common for these.
Yeah, this year seems. This is interesting. Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. The nominees are Consume Me, never heard of it. Despelote or Despelote, I don't know how you say that.
I keep thinking of that damn song that was popular for a while.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wanderstop or Vonderstop. I don't know how you're supposed to say that.
Probably.
It's supposed to be probably like Wanderlust or whatever the hell. I don't know. But I don't know. I think I want South of Midnight.
I am on the same page. And the only reason I even say that is because I don't know the other 4 games. So it's hard for me to want those. And the only game I know that people, like personally, who have played was South of Midnight. So.
Yeah. And people really liked it. I played a little bit. I liked it.
So
liked it
I
enough.
think anytime I heard someone talk about it who like earnestly played it, they liked it. I saw some pretty terrible discussions about that game, which
1,000%.
which was very exhausting. So
Yeah. Yeah, some really mind-numbing conversations around that game for sure. Kind of expected conversations.
unfortunately,
Yeah, but I had a lot, so much so that I thought that the perception of the game was mostly negative. But then I was on my TikTok putting out videos, and people were like, "You got to play South of Midnight. You got to like." All these people were telling me, I was like, "Oh, people are like,
that's awesome."
actually really loving this game. That's crazy."
Yeah.
Even people I know personally were like, "Did you play South of Midnight yet?" I'm like, "Is it good?" Like, yeah,
Also,
it's awesome.
I'll throw this out there. It would give Xbox a win.
Yeah, which would be great. And also compulsion games, which would be cool for them. So,
I mean, that's the more important one. There is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actual dev. Publisher can.
yeah, people just
whatever.
complain a lot that Xbox doesn't win enough awards, and I'm just like, well, I mean, what do you want? Like, people just to pick them so they get a win? Like, got to produce something that's like award winning. So,
Yeah, that like everybody's talking about, right?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
and this year it was Indy. So,
Yep.
just throwing
So we
that out
both
there.
want and think South of Midnight.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. We got innovation and accessibility, recognizing software and/or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even wider audience. We always say this every year, but they're all winners to me because I think it's awesome that people do this. And I
for sure.
don't know what any of these guys have added to their games, but I'm glad that they
100%.
did it. So nominees are Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom: The Dark Ages, EA Sports FC 26, and South of Midnight. I don't know what accessibility features these games have. So any of them winning for that award is good. And I want them all to win. But just for the fun of it, I think it's either going to be Assassin's Creed Shadows or South of Midnight. And I will go with, I think, Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I want South of Midnight. I don't think Atomfall will win.
Yeah.
Not big profile enough.
I'm just going to pick random ones because I just am completely ignorant here. So I think EA Sports will get it because I have to assume at this point they really want as many people in their service game as possible, including those with special needs. And then just to throw one at them, I hope Doom gets it.
Okay. Interesting. We finally disagreed on something.
I don't know if that was a disagreement.
Yeah. Both just blindfolded here.
Uh-oh. Oh, you can go forward, but you can't go backwards. What'd you do to it? What just happened? Nope, that was correct. It was just being slow.
Yep. People are complaining about this website not working well, though, and it never does every year. So, all right, this is going to be a tough one. Best performance awarded to an individual for voice over acting, motion, and/or performance capture. The nominees are Ben Starr for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Charlie Cox for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yote, Jennifer English for Clair Obscur Expedition 33. That one's hard to say over and over again. Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. What do you think?
And we kind of spoke before the show about this, and when you said Troy Baker, I thought Death Stranding 2, and I was like, in my head, I was like, oh, well, that's going to be my pick. That's not the game. So, and I didn't play Indiana Jones, so I can't really have a hard opinion there.
Yeah, he did fantastic in it.
I'm sure he did. I don't think he can do a bad job. He is a very talented man.
Yep.
And not just in VA. He's just a talented dude. So good for him. So the only game here I've really honestly played is Clair Obscur. And there are 3 people there. I've heard all their voices. I really like Ben Starr. So I'm just going to be a little biased and say both on him. So
yeah. I got a lot of thoughts here. I haven't played Silent Hill F still, surprisingly. I heard she does a good job. I don't think she's going to win. I've played Ghost of Yote, and I think Erika Ishii does a fine job, but compared to the rest of the people here, that's not going to win. I don't think there's a chance she'll win. So it's definitely going to be one of the 4 remainders. For the record, I think everybody in Clair Obscur Expedition 33 does a phenomenal job.
I agree with that.
They're all great. If any of them win, I'm happy. Troy Baker's also Troy Baker. Not only did he do great in Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, he also does great in Death Stranding 2. He always does great. I was telling you before we filmed, there's people, I think I was on Reddit, I was reading through this, and people were complaining about that there's 3 people from one game. But other people were saying that they reluctantly think they want Troy Baker to win, even though they're like, he wins all the time, really don't want to see him win, but he did do so good in like Indiana Jones that he probably should win. So people are even like saying that like he wins too much, he should still win because he's that good.
There. Because Death Stranding 2, they mocap the crap out of that game, right?
Yeah.
He literally is acting in that game, and his expressions are insane. So
yeah,
dude, like I said, very talented, deserves the awards that he gets. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So you said you want and think Ben Starr.
Yep.
Yeah, this is tough for me of who I think will win because all four of the ones I'm looking at were all phenomenal. That's so hard. I think it'd be funny if Charlie Cox won, just because he's like not a gamer and he hasn't even played Clair Obscur.
Right.
And people keep asking about it. He's like, oh yeah, people tell me it's really good. So it'd be funny if he won because it's like you don't even know what the hell he did. He did a great job at it, but he doesn't even know.
True.
Like he did a really good job as Gustav.
Sure.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of emotion to that character. So
I also really feel like Ben Starr eventually is going to win something. He's just like growing as a prominent voice actor. And I feel like he should have won something already, but I feel like if he doesn't win this,
I'm honestly baffled they didn't get it for 16 because like he was amazing in that.
yeah, he did really good in that. And he's really good in everything I've seen him in so far. But he's gonna win something eventually, and I feel like this is a really good opportunity for him to win because his job, the job he did with Verso, was fantastic. So I think and want him to win.
Okay.
Which is so hard because I also think and want the other three to win as well. But I have to pick something. And mostly just rallying behind Ben Starr. He's going to win eventually. I know it's going to happen. He's going to win something.
He's also kind of like, he's on a trajectory in his career, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
he's on, where Troy Baker was once.
Yeah.
So, but this was like his standout for me, and I think he did great in Final Fantasy 16. Like that was like, oh shit, this guy really has the chops. Before I was like, yeah, this guy's talented, he's doing good shit. But then in 16, I was like, oh no, this guy's like talented.
And then like I told you, because like after beating that game, I was like, that game would literally be worse without him.
Sure, yeah.
So.
But he does a great job as Verso. I would just love to see him win. He deserves an award at some point. He will get it at some point. But I just feel like giving it to Charlie Cox, even though he did a great job, almost feels wasted. Like give it to somebody who like knows what the hell's going on with his own game. I
agree with that because like, and I'm not talking shit, but like that's not like it's really just kind of not an industry choice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's like hiring from outside.
Yeah,
that's basically.
Yeah, so. Like give the award to somebody who's like in the fucking system of working on games and stuff.
Yeah, that's like giving it to like, when Disney puts actors in anime for the English VAs when we have like all these talented VAs in the industry, and you're like, let's give it to Billy Bob Thornton. Like, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but again, I want to reiterate: if any of the other three win, I'll be very happy, and I also want them to win. I honestly, even though I do think Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is the much better game than Indiana Jones, Troy Baker 1000% did such a great job as Indiana Jones. It's crazy how close he sounds to Harrison Ford.
I would say a little bit. I've heard it is kind of crazy that he sounds basically like, oh God, I forgot his name.
Harrison Ford.
Thank you, Harrison Ford.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's crazy because like you feel like he could be really comfortable now because he's just Troy Baker, but like he worked really hard to sound like him with his cadence and mannerisms, all that stuff. It's very impressive, and it's like the all-star pro showing up and showing how it's done. Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, that's why you're Troy Baker. Okay.
While he's in the back laughing and playing his guitar and then doing comedy on the side.
Yeah. So anyway, I think we're in agreement.
Yeah.
Ben Starr, he deserves a win. Give him the win. And I think it's a safe bet that he'll win. But anybody can win here, except for these two. All right. Next one up is Best Audio Design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. I do think it's crazy that this is just audio design, right? Not music?
Yes.
Okay, I can be a little fair here. Arc Raider should have been here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they even nominated it at all, which I was surprised they did. If they didn't nominate at all, I'd be like, okay, it was too late. But that they even did it at all, it should be here. Probably over Silent Hill F.
I'd say there's a little slot right here they could go.
No, Battlefield 6 has good audio.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah. I think Silent Hill F could go.
Okay.
I think that should be arc raiders, but that's my opinion.
Or they
And I'm
could
not
just-
saying
Or they could just put 6 of them there like they did in the last category.
sure, yeah, it's kind of crazy. And that's not me talking shit about Silent Hill F. I just don't think the audio design is as good. So anyway, nominees are Battlefield 6, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F. Audio design, not music. I hope the people voting for this understand the difference.
They do.
I fucking hope they do, because I love the soundtrack of Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's one of the best soundtracks I've heard in a long time. That's not audio design. The audio design in Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's good. I like it, but it's not. It doesn't stand out. So, I hope it doesn't win. Which sounds kind of shitty, but I really hope it doesn't win. Death Stranding's audio design was really good, phenomenal. Ghost of Yotei has pretty good audio design as well. I think it's good. A lot of good ambient sounds going on. Silent Hill F, I haven't played it, but I've watched stuff on it. It never even clicked for me. The audio design was like even something worth really discussing there. Battlefield 6 does have good audio design. They definitely worried about that, and they delivered on it. Battlefield should have good audio. They put good audio in the game. So for me, it's between Battlefield 6, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Yotei. I kind of feel like, even though I really hope people don't vote for Clair Obscur for this one, just because I don't think it should win. But I think Battlefield 6 has a good chance of winning. So I'm going to go, I think Battlefield 6. I want Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, gonna be close to the same as you, but I think and want Death Stranding 2. That game has very good audio. So.
It's a Kojima game, so every single thing has a sound effect.
Yeah.
That's audio design. Like and everything you do, every surface you walk on, every noise, it's a smorgasbord of audio design. It's fantastic. That's why I wanted to win.
Yeah, and even though like, I mean, I guess it is kind of spooky, but it's not a horror game, obviously, but it has very strong horror elements to it. It's creepy, the sound effects they do when you're dealing with the BTs and stuff. So, and
sure.
The audio design is like kind of really important when you're like stealthing around them and stuff like that too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't have faith. This sounds fucking stupid, but I don't have like faith in people voting on this for what it is.
Well, I don't think the average person. This is gonna sound a little snobby, I guess.
That's why I kind of feel like I'm being a snob about the audio.
I don't think this is as an attentive category for a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't think so either. It's really hard for me to
I'm
even.
not even an audiophile, but I do pay attention to this.
It's
stuff,
really hard for me to even speculate on what people will pick, because I don't think they're thinking about it that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, the only reason I'm saying Battlefield 6 is because I have seen a lot of people talk about its audio design. So that's the only reason I'm going there.
I mean, I would hope so, because I used to really like Battlefield. I have not played 6, so I probably should.
It's got like really good reverb and a lot of like atmospheric sounds of like, things in the distance and stuff, things up close, things you expect from Battlefield.
I was experiencing being like suppressed, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like crazy sounding, because you would just hear them in both ears, especially wearing headphones, like zipping by you and stuff. So
yeah. Sucks Hunt Showdown never got nominated for Best Audio, because that game still has some of the best audio I've ever heard in my life. Design. So that's my thoughts. That's your thoughts. We'll see what happens. It's really weird for me to be like, Clair Obscur, is probably going to win a lot of awards, but I'm like, not here, please. It's good. It's good. It's just not, it's not stellar, dude. It's not, I don't know.
yeah.
All right, moving on.
Now music.
Best score and music for outstanding music, inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. The nominees are Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silksong, Darren Korb for Hades 2, Lorien Testard for Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Toma Otoa, Ghost of Yotei, and Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell for Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. I don't know the soundtracks for Hollow Knight or Hades 2. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure people who are fans of those games probably love them as well. I think Ghost of Yotei has a great soundtrack. I don't think it's going to beat Clair Obscur. or Death Stranding 2. So I'm blind on 2 games. I don't think that'll win. I honestly think Clair Obscur is going to win, which sucks because I love the soundtrack of Death Stranding 2 on the beach. It's fantastic. It's not my favorite. Death Stranding 1, I think, had a better overall score and soundtrack, but it's fantastic in Death Stranding 2. So I think and want Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Only because, and I fucking mean this, it's one of the best soundtracks to a game in years for me. And it's all original. And it's also really cool that they just found the dude like on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. But I don't want to take too much away from. Honestly, I kind of feel, and this is unfair, but Low Roar, what they did, and they are featured in Death Stranding 2, but just the amount of Low Roar and Ludwig Forsell in Death Stranding 1 was like such a fucking vibe. And like Woodkid, I think, did like a pretty good job, but like a lot of the songs were like repetitive. It's like the same song like reinterpreted multiple times, and that kind of got on me. So, but Ludwig Forsell, fantastic from what I've heard of him. I actually thought he left Kojima Productions after Death Stranding 1, but apparently not. So, anyway, Clair Obscur.
Yeah. So I mean, the same starting points as you, right? I haven't played 2 of those. I haven't played 3 of those games. So it comes down to Clair Obscur and Death Stranding for me. And if I'm being completely honest, I kind of just don't remember most of the music of Death Stranding. So I remember playing it and the music playing all the time, but it never really did much for me, which is funny because I remember the first game having some impact on me. So I do think, even though I think they overtuned it in the first dramatic act in the game, the music in Clair Obscur is very well done. So I think and want that one.
I think that is a criticism I have of Death Stranding 2 is the repetition of songs. They revisit BB's theme a lot, which I love that song, but it's like so often. And then like Woodkid comes in with like the same 4 songs over and over and over again. So as much as I love the vibe, it's just like not as good. So whereas like I played through Clair Obscur Expedition 33 and like I still need to get the fucking vinyl, but I was fiending for it and like listening to it outside of the game, and it, like some parts are like just absolutely incredible with the music to it. So it definitely stands out. So
yeah.
So we agree.
Yep.
All right. Although I wish I knew about these because they could be great. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even have an opinion.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm not going to speculate. So, all right. Next up, we got slow loading. Jeff Keighley is sabotaging us right now in real time. Let's try one more time. Let's back up and hope for the best.
You might just have to go to view all categories.
Let's try that. So what were we at? We're at
soundtrack.
Where's that? Right here?
Yep.
Oh, we're almost done. As long as this loads. All right, guys. So very unceremonious, but the Game Awards website has crashed completely. We can't access it, so that sucks. Terrible timing, but we got to continue on. So we're going to be looking at this via some random website. I don't know what that is. G-Hacks. They have a list that's actually in the same order as the Game Awards. Other websites have it all out of order or whatever. So it's going to be a little rough, though, because we don't have the descriptions of what these awards mean, but I think we can guess our way through it. So the next one up is, let me make sure this is all lined up since this is impromptu, because the Game Awards website sucks. Best Art Direction. The nominees are Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. I think we're going to be seeing these names a lot moving forward. Yeah, so basically the art direction of said game. I think there's a strong case to be made for all of these games.
I agree.
Clair Obscur obviously has a very strong art direction in its painting visuals. Ghost of Yotei has a very strong art direction, just like Ghost of Tsushima. Death Stranding 2, it's Kojima. That shit is art all day, directed in every direction. Hades 2 definitely has its own style, visual style. It's very cool. And same thing with Hollow Knight Silksong. Definitely has a very strong art direction. So what do you think will win? What do you want to win?
It's hard for me not to just say I think Clair Obscur is going to win.
Yeah.
Right. So, but I'm going to try to gear away from that and watch him win anyways. So I'm going to say I think Hollow Knight's going to win.
Okay.
I want Ghost of Yotei to win because I think they make beautiful games.
Yeah. I honestly, in my opinion, if it was just people with my opinions, I guess, voting for this, I would assume they would either pick Clair Obscur or Ghost of Yotei, because I think they have two of the most like popping art directions out of all these, and they all have great art directions.
Yeah.
But like Death Stranding definitely has an amazing art direction. But because it's like a very realistic looking game, and it's more like the art direction is like cerebral and kind of like out there shit, I think it doesn't catch the eye as much as like the vibrant colors and beautiful world of Ghost of Yotei, or the very paintbrush-esque world of Clair Obscur that I think really stand out. So I think one of those two will win. I'm gonna play it safe though and say Clair Obscur is gonna win it. I hope Ghost of Yotei wins something. I just don't think it's the year for Ghost of Yotei in terms of winning against some of these bigger titles, I guess, which sucks to say, but I don't think it's gonna. So yeah, I think Clair Obscur. I'm just gonna say this too. I want all of these to win,
Sure.
and I specifically, because I've played them, want Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2, and Clair Obscur to win. I'd be happy with any of those games winning, all these games winning. But because I have to pick one, I'm gonna say I want Death Stranding 2 to win, because I just love the way that game. Like, if there's a game that was designed for like my brain to be like, this looks cool, Death Stranding 2 looks fucking cool. Everything about it, I just love the way it looks. But I feel the same way about a lot of these games. But yeah, so I think Clair Obscur, I want Death Stranding 2. That's tough for me to say, but I have to. So
Yeah.
all right, moving on to the next one. I don't want to go too far up. We got Best Narrative. Let me make sure this is all. You can't see
A
it.
little more.
A little more.
Perfect.
Best Narrative. Our nominees are Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. Surprisingly, let's see. Best Narrative. Fuck.
Honestly, for me, this kind of comes down to Clair Obscur or Death Stranding 2.
Yeah.
I haven't played Ghost of Yotei, so I don't know like how good the narrative is in that game. I liked it in Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think it was amazing, but it was competent and good.
I'm like 20, 30 hours into Ghost of Yotei. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know anything about Silent Hill F, but honestly, I don't really have the faith of it being in this category.
I don't think it's going to win.
And then I know absolutely nothing about Kingdom Come Deliverance other than like
It's got a good
there's
narrative.
a pocket of people who love that game. So
But one thing about the first game and this game is like the story's good.
sure, and I've heard that, but I don't know anything about it
Yeah.
personally, so it's hard for me to even have an opinion on it, right?
But like, this is my fucking bias showing here. But like, it's good. But like, I don't know. Death Stranding 2 and Clair Obscur are like really fucking good.
They are. Now, I think for me, I think Clair Obscur probably edges it out a little bit, just because Kojima is Kojima.
Yeah.
And if you stop paying attention for half a second, you're going to get lost in Death Stranding.
Yeah. You also have to wait till like chapter 12 and beyond for the story to really start paying off.
I also think, personally, the storytelling was a little better in the first game.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the story was really good in the second one, but the storytelling in general, I think in the first game was a little more structured, better.
Versus, I think Clair Obscur offers a very competent, easy to follow story that without spoiling obviously the game itself, and I haven't beaten it, but even in the amount I've played, which has twists, turns, drama, all sorts of stuff, and it's very impactful thanks to also the incredible VA cast, which we've already complimented. So, yeah. So I think and want to Clair Obscur with this one, because I think if there's a category where I definitely have some positive thoughts about the game, it's in this one. So
yeah, I want to make arguments for the other games, but I have to pick Clair Obscur Expedition 33 because it's the first game in a long time. Not 100% because I love the story in Death Stranding 2 and I love the story in Death Stranding, but like I haven't like felt this way beating a game in terms of like just the story. I haven't felt like this in a long time. I thought the story was absolutely fucking phenomenal. The writing, everything about it is so good. Just when you think you have things figured out, they fucking change everything, and it's so good, and it works so well, and makes me want more from whatever the hell they're gonna do next. I definitely think it's the best that I've played this year. So I do think a lot of people who beat it are gonna think the same thing, and I want it to win for that because it's fucking stellar.
Yeah.
So, all right. So more Clair Obscur, probably going to win a lot of stuff. We'll see.
Definitely.
Next one up is Best Game Direction. And the nominees are Split Fictions. They're nice. Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotei, Hades 2, and Split Fiction. I don't think Ghost of Yotei will win. I don't think Hades 2 will win.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
I really think Split Fiction didn't get enough nominations this year, but maybe they got sick of every time Hazelight makes a game, they put them everywhere and they win a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I thought Split Fiction was fantastic, and I thought the game direction was really good. But this is Death Stranding 2 or Clair Obscur, in my opinion. I do think Split Fiction... I just don't think enough people are going to agree, but I do think it deserves to be there for sure.
Well, because me and you beat that game, and I think I was actually really impressed with the way the story went in that game and the way it was so presented
improved
to you
over their last games too.
Yeah. So I do agree that game direction wise, it was very good.
Yeah. No, it was awesome. So. I want to replay that game sometime. But just the improvement. Like we played It Takes Two, which is an amazing, awesome game.
They don't have a bad game.
But yeah, they don't. They've only made good games. But the direction for sure, in terms of like how they directed the actors to play these scenes out, sometimes came off kind of weird and wonky and kind of like in It Takes Two.
100%.
Split Fiction doesn't have that.
No, they felt very natural.
Yeah.
It was really
and
nice.
so that improvement, I think, really deserves something, but I just don't think it's going to win against those other games. But I'd love it too. It'd be awesome if that wins. I'm gonna be like, fuck yeah, dude. They deserve it. But game direction, this one's like a tie for me between Clair Obscur and Death Stranding 2, because like Kojima's like the man, and in terms of the direction of that game, it's phenomenal. The Clair Obscur as well. So I'm gonna do a toss up. I'm gonna play it safe and say I think Clair Obscur. I want both of them. I want all these games, but I'm gonna say I want Death Stranding 2. I have to support that game because it's fantastic. But yeah, this is definitely a year I think Clair Obscur is gonna fucking take a lot of awards. So.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, so I think Clair Obscur is gonna take it. I personally don't necessarily agree with that, as much as like it does have a lot of really great moments as well. I do think the nature of the way the game plays, though, there's a lot of like downtime in between, because it's a turn-based role-playing game and you spend a lot of time exploring stuff. And I do think that kind of slows down the experience. And as someone who loves that type of game outside of the combat system, in this one particularly, it's a flaw in that type of game type, right? I think Split Fiction is just you go down the roller coaster until you get to the end of it, right? So I personally want Split Fiction because I think as a beginning to end, you're being directed the whole time type of experience. I think it does it really well.
Well, it's also
Death Stranding 2 and Clair Obscur both have a lot of like dead time.
Sure. Okay. I also think it's the most improved in terms of somebody who you would have looked at the game direction before and now, and you see this huge improvement on an already awesome game, making what they do even better. Death Stranding 2 is definitely, in terms of like the game direction at the total package, a better product than Death Stranding.
I agree.
It's all improved for sure, but I think Split Fiction is like a more like noticeable improvement. Where obviously it's not part of the category of if it's been improved or not, but it's just worth noting.
Yeah.
I think the game direction of Clair Obscur is definitely great, but I do kind of agree
I
that
agree.
it follows some very basic fundamentals of turn-based RPGs, and I think it in a lot of ways doesn't do much of note outside of I think the combat system is really neat, but and the world and everything is really neat. But like yeah,
Sure.
a lot of it's kind of just the basic fundamentals. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. But what were you? What we want Split Fiction?
I
or-
want Split Fiction because
Okay.
I do think honestly it was just a huge surprise for me. Playing
Yeah,
that game,
I
man.
want Split Fiction too, but
But I honestly I think it's gonna be Clair Obscur because I just think it's
Yeah.
gonna sweep.
yeah, I do too.
So
Yeah. So yeah, I mean I agree with Clair Obscur, but yeah, it's so hard.
again, I also think it is a stacked category. So
Well, yeah, that's the problem. It's like you take Clair Obscur out, and you still have a bunch of games. And I'm like, this would be tough regardless.
yeah, and outside of the people who play like 1 to 2 games a year, have their
Yeah.
comfort games. For anyone who plays a lot of games a year, this year was rough.
Yeah,
So
yeah, really crazy because I thought last year was gonna be like the big year of like big titles, and a lot of things got pushed back to this year anyway. But like this year really is like, whoa, there's like a lot of games. Like I keep thinking about when we do our game of the year discussion, like I have like 3 games I have to shuffle around, and there's really only 2 of them I'm like really shuffling. But like it was tough to even
Yeah.
think about. So
yeah, I mean it was a very packed year and not of like no name titles, a lot of like crazy like big titles this year. So
and like brand new titles as well.
Yeah.
Like
just so welcome.
yeah, yeah.
So
All right, moving on. I think this is
the last one.
the big one. What is this? Oh, it's all typed out weird. Okay, make sure it's on screen. So, game of the year. Everybody knows that the nominees are Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. One thing I think about this is I'm very happy to see the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 got mentioned here. I was skeptical that it would get a nominee for Game of the Year, even though early on I was like, this is one of the best games this year that I've played. And so I'm glad to see it. I don't think it's going to win, but the nomination looks good, and it deserves the recognition of like, hey, you belong to be mentioned for Game of the Year, one of the best games of the whole year. This is going to upset people. I think Split Fiction should be here, not Hades 2. I know there's some Hades. There's a lot of Hades 2
Oh,
fans.
for sure.
And I played the first Hades, and it was awesome. And Hades 2, I think people are saying it's better than Hades, and I'll get around to playing at some point. But like, I'm skeptical to think it's like that much better than Hades. But maybe it's just like I'm not super into the genre. I don't know. But yeah, I just feel like Split Fiction really should be here. But that's just my thoughts. I know some people said that Monster Hunter Wild should be here. Everybody's got their own thoughts on that.
Oh, for
but,
sure.
I do think 1,000%.
So this is a dry category for me this year. So
Yeah, I expected Hollow Knight, Donkey Kong, Death Stranding, and Clair Obscur. So those ones I have no contention with. I'm happy to see Kingdom Come, and I do think Hades 2. There's enough people who are into it, but I don't think it has a chance of winning. I don't think Split Fiction either, but like I don't know, maybe I'm just partial of thinking that what Hazelight does is just really fucking cool, but it's all subjective. So that being said, I think Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is going to win Game of the Year. I want multiple of these to win. I want 2 of them to win. I want
Okay.
Death Stranding, and I want Clair Obscur to win. So that's tough. But I do think it's going to win. The reason I don't think Death Stranding 2 is going to win is just because I didn't hear enough chatter about the game. Like, us Death Stranding fans are like, we love it. But there's a lot of people who just still don't get it. They're still not into it. And I wonder how many people who are in this committee are those people, although I feel like a lot of them are going to be Death Stranding fans.
Oh, probably.
Donkey Kong Bonanza, I never played it, but like I heard, a lot of people saying it's like fantastic, and that could be one of those like sneaky like Astrobot style like game of the year. It could win, just to be like, we're gonna upset people if we pick one of these, so let's just go with the one everybody is happy with. Like I said, I don't think Hades 2. Hollow Knight I think has a chance for sure, just because of like the hype is crazy for that game.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts, dude. People are like, this is the best game ever made.
Well, even in their own opinion piece, they think it's going to be Clair Obscur or Silksong. So,
well, yeah, that would be my bet too. My bias, I'm like, it's between Clair Obscur and Death Stranding, but I do think, realistically, from the feedback I've seen from people, it's going to be Hollow Knight or Clair Obscur. It better be Clair Obscur between those two. But again, people love that game. So, and then Kingdom Come, really cool to see that here. So I think Clair Obscur. I want Clair Obscur.
Yeah. The one category I'm going to have so little to say about, because like honestly, like there's not a lot here that's super exciting for me.
You
personally.
beat one.
I did beat one of them though. So I do, without a doubt, I think it's going to be Clair Obscur. I could just imagine there being riots if it doesn't get it. Like, it's kind of crazy how much
people are going to riot if fucking Hollow Knight doesn't get it either.
Sure. I just like the amount of like, and it deserves it. I'm not saying anything negative, but the amount of like just praise I've heard since Clair Obscur has come out and still continuing on to this day, I just can't fathom it not winning. So, that being said, I beat Death Stranding 2. I had a great time, and I would like it to win.
It's a great game.
So, I don't get like hooked and sit down and just like play a game. Like, I'm usually all over the place. And so like the fact that I was able to just kind of sit down and focus up and play that game all the way through says a whole lot, especially because it's a sandbox game. And if you watch this channel, I struggle with sandbox really badly. So that says a lot to that game. So
luckily, as a sandbox, it doesn't really incentivize you to go wander into fields a whole lot. It's more so like paths. Like, go here, go there, go here, go there. For
my dumbass climbing on everything. But
I mostly drove throughout that game, so which kind of sucked. In the first game, you did a lot more on foot stuff.
I do wish they would force you to do a little more walking in the game.
Yeah, because like after a while, I was like, I'll just drive there. It's faster. I'm like, why can't I drive here everywhere? Everywhere. I'm constantly just driving. It felt like I was.
Maybe they didn't like the memes from the first game.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Yeah, probably. So you think Clair Obscur and you want Death Stranding 2.
Yep.
God, that's so tough because I want Death Stranding 2 to win. I'd be so happy if it won.
Well, I think it's worth noting. There's not a single category in this year that I'm like super passionate about, and whoever wins,
I'm pretty.
I have a couple that I think shouldn't be in certain categories.
I'm gonna feel the same way the Hollow Knight people are gonna feel. Like, it's literally like there's a rivalry. If Hollow Knight doesn't win, people are gonna feel like he got robbed.
Sure.
If Hollow Knight specifically wins over Clair Obscur Expedition 33, I will feel like Clair Obscur got robbed. But not if, and it's really weird, if Death Stranding 2 won, I wouldn't feel like anyone got robbed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have that attachment though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's why I'm trying to sympathize with the Hollow Knight people.
Sure,
like if that game doesn't win, they're gonna say it got robbed.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even have an opinion on that game. I haven't played it.
Yeah.
Right? So,
yeah. Exactly. Same. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, I have the same mentality though, because for the game I want to win, I'll feel like, because it was just like so above and beyond. I'm just like,
yeah.
But, and I think it's the thing that edges Clair Obscur for me over Death Stranding 2 in terms of like the recognition of Game of the Year in the public eye, is that Kojima's Kojima. Like, the dude can't get any more famous, and the recognition that Kojima Production has is already there. Death Stranding as a brand already has love. It got more love with 2, which is great. But like what Sandfall did, having broken off from Ubisoft and just making them fucking regret that, and creating this out of nowhere and it being like such a splash. I just want that story. I want it to win.
Yeah, I like it makes me smirk all the time when I think about the fact that like a huge, massive like void, like these huge companies like Ubisoft, etc., who without a doubt are filled with talented people, right? But like you don't see them that way. You see them as these big just corporate shells that pump out products and try to take all your money. That people left that and like did something because they wanted to and not because the machine told them to do it, and were wildly successful. It makes me smirk every time, dude.
Yeah.
So,
And even though Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't have the same story, it has a similar essence of like people who are not part of the main machine having this passionate idea and just nailing it. And Clair Obscur is like a reminder to all AAA that like you are just sitting on talent. Also, like there's people there who are passionate, and people can complain about Ubisoft, EA, all that stuff, but like the devs, the people in there who actually work on the games might have great ideas, might have all the passion in the fucking world to make great games, but they're making what has to make money for this big company. That's the objective. And so they can't or they won't take risks. And so, you know, sometimes people break away and they don't make something great. Like we've seen that 1,000 times where someone will break away and go like, well, I'm going to start and try to make my own thing. And it doesn't, you know, do as well as they wanted to. But these guys did it, and it did work. And we should definitely be excited about that because...
Also, both those companies made turn-based games that were wildly popular. So thank you.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's kind of reinvigorating and awakening people to the idea that we don't have to have just first-person shooters and third-person action games and you know, whatever. Like, you know, people do want different experiences with deeper stories and more autonomy in their decisions in games, stuff like that. So more choice in how they play games. So because both games are, you know, more deeper experiences. So yeah, that's my kind of my general thoughts behind it. I could probably make the same argument for Hollow Knight, but I haven't played it, and I don't have the love for the first game like a lot of people do. I thought it was good, so yeah. So that's my thoughts. I predict Clair Obscur is going to win many awards, but not all of them, and I hope Death Stranding wins something.
Sure, I agree. I mean, honestly, I think a lot of these people that were even on these lists at all, I'd love to see them all take something.
I want Split Fiction to win something.
I honestly kind of would hate if Clair Obscur got 12 awards. It would be really boring.
Well, that's why I drove home the point about audio design.
Yeah.
Its audio design is good. It's not better than some of the games in that category, though, and so it shouldn't win.
Yeah, and I agree with that.
Yeah. And I know, and this sounds bad because I've basically just been talking up and glazing fucking Clair Obscur this whole time, but I just know there's going to be Clair Obscur fanboys and girls out there who are going to be like, best audio design. It's like, no, it doesn't have the best audio design.
Yeah. Well, I think also that is an argument towards our votes only being 10%, is that being a rabid fan of something is not an objective way to think. So
yeah, you have to try and find that balance of like, you know, how much you love something, but also, you know, recognizing that other things are also. It's like whenever somebody's like, oh, this shouldn't be in there, something else should have been there. It's like, what do you think is better? What should replace this and why?
Provide an example.
Don't just say you like it. Like, why should it be better? Like, there's a bunch of shit I like that's not better than other things that, you know, what it does.
For sure. Well, so. and like, we did it too. Like twice. There's two, like with where Monster Hunter was and where Battlefield were. They honestly probably should have swapped.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Because Battlefield being an RPG makes about as much sense as Monster Hunter to me, sadly.
Yeah. So. And we love Monster Hunter, and I have no qualms with Battlefield 6. So it's not like, oh, these games suck, get them out of here. It's just like, why is this here?
Yeah.
So
I mean, at least one of them would have made like sense then, because like Monster Hunter, to me at least, first and foremost, is an action game. So
yeah. Well, that's our predictions. That's what we think will win. That's what we want to win. Full discussion, and I will try to at some point tally those up. So after the Game Awards, when we do a tasty cast,
which we will be watching, come back and check it out.
Yeah, I will see how accurate we were. Some of that shit we're kind of shooting in the dark, so we'll see who got more lucky on some of that stuff. I believe also there's an Xbox thing coming up soon.
Somehow didn't hear about that either.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I saw
Okay.
it somewhere. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, we have Game of the Month and Plus Club coming up in like 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. And we will try to put something else out. If you have any recommendations on things you'd like us to
Especially in this dry season.
check out, let us know. And also, let us know your thoughts about everything that we discussed here. What do you think about the games that have been nominated and what categories, what should have been there, what shouldn't have been there? Who do you think is going to win? Who do you want to win? Do you differentiate that? I know a lot of people are just like, this should win because I want to win. It's like, yeah, but I don't think it's going to win.
What's your game of the year?
What's your game of the year? Let's not talk about that just yet because we got to discuss that later.
I can't share mine yet,
But yeah, well, yeah. I mean, talk about what you're going to talk about, but definitely let's hold off on that full conversation until a little bit later. And yeah, let us know everything you think about in the comments below when it comes to the Game Awards. What are you excited about the most? Are you hoping for some big reveals? I'm always hoping for that. And are you excited? Let us know. I've been Seth. This has been Chevy. Thanks for watching, guys, especially if you made it all the way to the end. And until the next episode, have a good one, guys, and take it easy.